Alright, so this is the beginning of my tutorial videos, and pretty much what's going to happen here is every video I'm going to cover a different subject, and pretty much it's just going to be going through me making an edit and me explaining how to do that. And this is CapCut PC, by the way, so, you need a PC for this. It's CapCut PC, not a Light Motion or CapCut Mobile, nothing, okay? And what I really recommend you to do is to get a old version of CapCut, and to do that, there should be two videos linked in the description. One of them tells you how to get a older version of CapCut, and one shows you how to keep that old version from updating. So once you've done that, you can come back here, and I'm gonna get started now. So, some people ask me how I get my animations, and I'm gonna be so deadass with you, I cannot make animations. I think you need a light motion for that, or not, yeah, something like that. So I'm gonna teach you how to fully remove the green, because I see in a lot of edits where y'all be having like outline of green still around the person, and it looks weird. So I'm gonna teach you how to perfectly cut it out and stuff. Also, let me get a background in here for reference as well. I'm going to use this background. So, obviously, whenever you're working with green screen, you want the background to be above the person. Not above, you want the person to be above the background. So now you see this green, right? So, you're going to press video and go to cutout. And press color picker. Make sure you turn on chroma key. Turn on chroma key, color picker. Click on the green and turn shadow up to 80. 80 is like the maximum you can go without it looking weird. And you just turn up the strength until it looks fine. See, if you do it too much, then stuff like that will start happening. So just go until it looks fine. And you might want to zoom in and make sure that, nothing's bleeding through. See, like right here? So that means I would want to turn it down a little bit. Alright, see? He's out right now. There's still a little bit of green around him though, right? So to get rid of that, you go to adjustment in HSL, and you go to the green one and turn it all the way down. And usually that'll work, but sometimes it won't. But the thing is, it's not noticeable most of the time. And it also matters if you want to do a no color edit. So I do a lot of no color edits because those are just simply easier. So I'm going to teach you how to do that. So if you want it to look good, what I do for every single one of them, just highlight them both, and go to adjustment and then basic. And you're going to want to turn saturation all the way down so it looks like this. And then you're going to turn brightness all the way down. See that? It's pretty much already, it already looks like, now. But then if you want, you can do some extra stuff. You can go to basic and turn down the whites and blacks. Turn this down a little bit. And you want this to stand out some, so you will, like that. So just pretty much adjust it until you like what it looks like. I like how this looks, so that's fine. So now we got our characters here and stuff. So now I'm going to teach you one of the most important things in editing. It is the zooms, okay? And obviously, you don't want to get a really shitty funk song, because I hate whenever I see an edit and it's just this ear-mashing funk that I don't know how people can listen to without getting brain bleeds. It's just pure noise. If you're a beginner, I wouldn't recommend getting songs with long beats. You want to get songs that have constant beats. We'll just use this. So you can see here how it has constant beats. It doesn't sound like pure noise as well. So I'm telling you, don't do that, or else your edit will be shit. Okay, so when we're doing zooms, there is only going to be one keyframe you will probably ever use while doing an edit. And it's the quick zoom keyframe. So here's how you make your zoom ins and zoom outs. So what you want to do is you want to click on the person first, right? and go to video and add a scale keyframe. So now, what we're gonna do, go ahead and add a scale keyframe. Remember what it's at before, because once you're, adjusting whatever, just remember. So mine's at 112, 112, you know what I mean. So you're gonna add a keyframe, then go to the next beat, and zoom in a little bit, not too much, or else it'll look weird. But I'm just gonna go to 130 because that's how it'll look good on this one. So 130. Let's see. So 130, and then we're gonna go back to what it was at. So 112. Then just go do that until you're done with the segment, of that edit. So right now yours should be right. Okay. So now what you're gonna do, click on the animation that you just add the keyframes on, and then right click and go to show keyframe animation and click this little thing right here, the arrow. Let me go ahead and explain this now. Some people really have some really hard trouble with these keyframes because they say they're weird and stuff. To use keyframes, if you click on it, it might not work right and stuff. What I usually do every time I want to edit a keyframe, you can hold drag on this and you can select the keyframe. So just do like that, and see, now you can select whatever these are. Well, I know what they are, but you know what I mean. So I'm gonna explain to you what these do. This one literally does nothing. All you do is just move that up and down. Don't use that at all. This one, auto curve, this one adjusts. See, like how this one's in between two keyframes? If I adjust one of these sides, it's like a seesaw. So what we're doing right now is we're gonna go to, select the first one, of course, but you're gonna go to free curve because that allows you to move it however you want. And the keyframe I use, you just move it up a little bit. Make sure not to go above the beat, or it'll look like that. See, I didn't really zoom in that much, so I can't really put it above too high. So let me put it a little bit lower. And also, there's something, when I say put it one notch, I mean there's one notch before it goes all the way into the beat like that, right? So when I say one notch, make sure it's one notch away from going like that. So put it one notch and put it barely above the thing. So that way it instantly zooms. Was that in or out? I think that was in. Okay, and then you're going to go to the next one and drag the next one down. And you're just going to keep doing that for all the keyframes you zoomed in and out for. Don't be afraid to adjust your stuff, midway through as well. There will be a lot of adjusting and stuff. So, just keep doing these keyframes. One notch before it goes like that, so yeah. Just make it so that way it instantly zooms out, but not all the way, and it still has some give left to it. Because you don't want it perfectly in line, because then it doesn't zoom in anymore. So you want it like that, so that way, so yours should be looking like this. Okay, and I put these a little bit too hard. Let me just put these in. That's why it was so sudden. Okay, you see that? So also, whenever you're cutting something and you're still working on it, make sure you add at least one extra frame. And you can go one frame over by pressing the right or left arrow key. Go one frame to the left and delete everything, since we're trying to be on beat. So once you've done that to this, you're going to select all the clips, and you can right click and press compound clip. So now we're going to add a scale keyframe, go to the next beat, and zoom in however it looks good. And also, you see how, since this, his head is like up there, it isn't going to look good if I just zoom in. What you can do, you can also add a position keyframe if you want. And you just zoom in and move up a little bit if you want. That's if you want, and if it doesn't already look okay. Now we're just going to go back to 100 and set both of those value things to 0 on the position keyframes. Or just move it back up like this. So I was at 151 and 537. So I'm going to go here. 537. Wait, no, it was negative. And 151. Then we're going to go back. Yeah, and see, look, if I didn't have it on, if I didn't go one frame to the right, I wouldn't be able to see what I'm doing. I would just see black like this, you see? That's why you leave one frame open, so that way you can continue doing what you want to do. Trust me, I know. It is very useful. So, and pretty much you're going to do those same keyframes I taught you. Just, you know, and see, whenever they're more abrupt and hard, you can put it up higher. See, you just want to be under this, and I think that might still be too high. And I know this zoom still looks weird right now, but that's because we haven't edited the Y keyframe yet. So, it's going to look like that for a second. So again, just do it. Remember, one notch before it goes. Just keep doing that on every single keyframe. Remember to highlight the keyframe. If you click it, it might not work. Yep, just keep doing this. So now it should look like this. Keep it from doing that weird thing where it's going up and down. You have to go to the Y keyframe and adjust the keyframes. Pull the arrow down, and now we're going to do the same exact keyframes we've been doing the entire time. There we go, you see that? Easy. And if it's still doing the little thing where it's like going up and down, that means you didn't put it high enough. And now we're done with this bit. The shakes. Okay, so the shakes in everything, you do that after you complete a full section of edit. And play it one more time. If yours doesn't look like this, then you need to go back and redo the steps. And then if it's still not looking like this, just go into the comments and I might be able to help you. Alright, so I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna end the video here. It's like, you know, about to be 12 minutes, and I don't want it to be a 30-minute tutorial. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna teach y'all how to do transitions next. And then after that, I might do shakes. It's just gonna be, I'll probably have y'all vote and stuff. But the next thing is I'm gonna show y'all how to do those triangle transitions I do in every single one of my edits. So I guess that'll be it for now. I will see you another time.